Okay, so I have been asked a few times just how I do some of my stencil work and how I go about making multi-layer stencils, especially because I do them by hand. And so I wanted to just make this quick video explaining that little process. I don't think it's fairly complicated, but let's see if we can get some good angles here to do that. So after I have my drawing done, I decide, okay, first off I do my drawing on just like poster board paper. I got a bunch of it a few years back and when I was painting on poster board paper, but I don't really like painting on this because it's really thin. So I use it as, it makes really good stencil paper. So after I do my drawing, I have to decide what I want, what color, because most of the time I have to do multiple layer stencils and I have to do multiple colors for certain things. So for this one, the boots are going to be red, the pouch on the side is going to be red, then I got some black in here. This will be black, that'll be black. The hair will be mostly black with some highlights that I'll add later. And I'll just decide what colors I want things to be. After I do that, I decide what colors I want on which stencils. Now I can make it so that each stencil is its own color. I can make it so that sometimes I try to preserve paper by having parts or colors, multiple colors on one stencil, and I'll make those decisions based on proximity. So I can't do, black and red on the same stencil because this will be black and this will be red and all those will both be cut out, which will just be one solid color. I can do black as its own stencil. I can do red and white as one stencil. I can do green and the skin tone as one stencil because those things won't overlap too much with each other. After I do that, I take some drawing charcoal or some soft pastels. So I have some soft pastels here. I also have some fine artist charcoal, which is little charcoal sticks. And once I decide how many stencils I'm going to do and where I'm going to have them, I take the back of my drawing and I just trace out the part of the stencil that I'm going to be making first. I do that for, say, the boots, or let's say for the green. I do it for the green, so the green is going to be mostly his outfit. So here, there, green, some green up there, and between the elbow pads and the gloves. So I draw on those with the charcoal on the back, and I'm going to do what's called a charcoal transfer. Now there is also charcoal transfer paper that you can buy, but I have this stuff on hand, so this is what I use because I don't see a reason to spend extra money if I can just utilize the things that I have. So then I line it up. I give myself some registration marks on here as well, just so that my stencils ideally are all exactly lined up without too much work, but it doesn't always work out that way. Put it on here, and then I just take a pen or a pencil and draw, outline whatever it is that I want to be that stencil. What happens is the charcoal, the pastel, will then leave a little outline of what I just traced, a traced outline. And then I just go over it with a pencil or pen, and then I'll cut it. Once it's cut, I just gotta remember what order I wanna put the stencils in. So that also plays a role when I'm designing it. What's a bokeh, what should be in the background, what should be on top of what. That all plays a role in the order in which I do the stencils. But once I do the drawing, then I can do the cutout, which I just use an X-Acto knife for. And then I usually mark it up top what color is going to be on what, so I don't have to think too much later. So this one's going to be red, white, and a little bit of silver. So this one I can squeeze in 3 colors because one of the colors is kind of in a small inconsequential place, and then the others are far enough apart from each other that they won't overspray or overspread each other, encroach on each other's space. So yeah, that's really how I make most of my stencils. And I'm doing multi-layer stencils. Hope that makes sense. I guess I'll look at this video later, and I won't edit it. I'm just gonna upload it as it is. And if you got questions about it, feel free to shoot them my way. Otherwise, and real.